Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Advancer, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. This is one of the most insane shows we're doing. So this GOAT debate has just degenerated into a bunch of nonsense. It's like the GOAT debate is no longer about the debate. It's about just anything people can pick up and talk about. And this is what Mace said the other day. He said, we're constantly moving the goalposts. We're constantly talking about things that don't matter. We're just like one thing after another. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? What about this? Like, that's what this weird ass conversation has degenerated into. So there was a video going viral. And when I saw it multiple times. Actually, to be honest with you, I only heard like sound bites of it. Once I saw what it was about, I'm like, I'm not listening to this nonsense, man. This is beyond what the what is this right here, bro? So there was a video I think of from the $1 Million Game podcast with Gilly and these guys, wallowing them, talking to Rich Paul, and I guess it was like on video calls. Some other people were there. And Rich Paul, who views himself as Socrates or something, he began to go into this whole thing of, you know, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they grew up with both of their parents. They're selfish people. Yeah. They're selfish people. That's why they take the last shot, because they're selfish people. Whereas LeBron, he only grew up with a mother. So therefore, LeBron is unselfish. And I'm like, what? So it was so stupid to me that I didn't even do a show about it. This has been out for them days. We didn't do a show about it. It was only until I saw a video of Cam Newton reacting to this. And I was like, okay, we got to talk about it because it's so absurd. It's so absurd. Before we even get into what Cam Newton had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the regular season is wrapped up and the NBA playoffs are finally here. And there's no better way to cash in on all of the high-flying hoop action than PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means when you're making lineups on PrizePicks. And here's something you didn't want to sleep on. PrizePicks has the Do It Live 2026 NBA Finals sweepstakes going on right now. Make a $5 lineup with at least one live NBA player pick during the playoffs, and you could win a trip for two to the NBA Finals. That alone is reason enough to check out PrizePicks right now. I've been making lineups on the Celtics and Lakers players, and it makes watching the playoffs so much more fun. It's simple. Just pick more or less on player projections across basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. You can even pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup with stacks. And if your picks get off to a hot start, cash out early with easy payouts before the game even ends. PrizePicks is now available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to play what Cam had to say here. I want you guys to listen to it fully, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to his comments here.
Oh, the Rich Paul theory. Rich Paul breaks down Jordan and LeBron in a single-parent household versus a two-parent household.
I said all of them. But you said Jordan didn't play anybody.
Here we go. Watch this.
Hold on. Check this out. Let's make it a little bit deeper. I have something for this. It's a lot deeper. When you say he didn't have it, right?
Get it out the scene.
When you look at Michael grew up with a mom and a dad in his household. When you look at Kobe grew up with a mom and dad in his household. When you look at LeBron's mom was 16 when she had him as a child. Now, he spent a lot of time by himself, right? He did not develop. Taking the last shot over 3 people is a selfish gene. That don't make you having killer instinct.
Press pause right there. Somebody gotta tell the Richard brother, hey, Richard, Mr. Rich. Well, what the hell are you talking about? Because what having two-parent household got to do with anything? As if to say you gotta have a two-parent household to be labeled unselfish player. Don't nobody care nothing about that. Do you got the clutch gene? No pun intended. As we know that Clutch Sports is brought to you by none other than Rich Paul. You got a whole business behind the idea of being clutch. Now you may say there's not another basketball player that's better than LeBron James because you've identified in that clip that you said 36 elements of basketball, which we have here. I was like, yeah. Oh, that's cool, brother. But brother, Michael Jeffrey Jordan or Kobe Bean Bryant, they were killers. They were assassins. And even LeBron James has his own right of being labeled a killer.
Facts.
So you talking about selfish basketball? Man, hit the shot. I don't care. I don't give a damn about your household. Man, hit the shot. I don't give a damn about none of that about your mama, man. Man, hit the shot, man. Man, I don't care about that, man, about your daddy, bro. Man, hit the shot, bro. I don't care that you grew up in a dysfunctional house. Man, hit the shot, man. I don't care that you grew up as Catholic, Muslim, Islamic, or atheist. I don't care about none of that. Hit the shot, brother.
Yeah.
All this, man, let me tell you something, man. He ain't got, man, I don't care nothing about that, bro. We over here trying to give all these reasonings behind him being better than the player. You got insider trading, brother. Because you are who you are to LeBron James, brother. And I'm mad that Wallow even allowed him to just keep going on. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, nothing to do with the psychology of how you play this game, bro.
Do you got the killer instinct or not? Yeah. We ain't got to trace this back to Gloria. Gloria ain't got nothing to do with this. Gloria did a hell of a job, if you ask me. Huh?
Yeah.
We ain't got to talk about Kobe. We ain't got to talk about Michael. Bro, this ain't got, having a two-parent household don't got nothing to do with anything, brother. Because when the rubber meets the road, and you start to analyze, like, in real time, Rich, for as great as the empire that LeBron James has created, you have benefited off that empire, respectfully.
Yeah.
That's not to say you wouldn't be in the same position without LeBron, but it's hard for us to think that you would be in the same position without LeBron, because LeBron done put a lot of people on.
Yeah, he did great with the opportunity that was given to him.
And you, Rich Paul, has done great with the opportunity that you got.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that athletes could do, is put somebody in the position and they don't maximize their job and role. That's not to say that you wasn't adequate. That's not to say that you're not able to really have the mental capacity to exercise the optimum version of whatever this business needs to be successful. He has shown that. Okay, but when you start talking about things that don't matter, I don't know of SGA's family dynamic. I don't know of Kevin Durant's family dynamic. I don't know about a lot of superstars, Anthony Edwards' family dynamic. But bro, why does that even matter when you're hearing 3, 2, but like, man, bro.
Cool. So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this, man? What does any of this have to do with basketball, bro? What does any of this is how you know this fan base is desperate. And this is why LeBron needs to retire. Because his fans need to go with him. Like, for real, I'm telling you, I don't see the good thing that LeBron fans have added to the sport of basketball. They don't even like basketball. They like LeBron. That's it. If you ask a LeBron fan, who's your favorite player outside of LeBron, they'll say Bronny James. That's what they'll say. Bronny James. These are not even basketball fans. They don't even like anybody else but this dude. This is what we are, whether or not they grow. What does that have to do with anything, bro? Number two, why are you talking about those people's parents? Like, what are you talking about? Now it's whether or not you grew up in a two-parent household. That will determine if whether or not you're self. It's not selfishness. They're confident. It's confidence. What are you talking about? It's confidence. What are you talking about? Kobe and their dad, like, it's confidence. They have confidence. And having two parents around can instill that in you. It doesn't mean that you always have to have that. Obviously, people that grow up with single households or whatever, they figure out their way through it, obviously. But it's confidence. And it's like diminishing the role that a dad can play in a kid's life. Like, no, dads actually matter. Like, dads actually matter. So do mothers, and dads actually matter. Right? So having that male figure in your life is important, especially if you're a young man. growing up. It's important to both kids, but you get the point that I'm trying to make here. Why are you trying to make it seem like, oh, you have both parents and you're selfish? What are you talking about? What does having two parents have to do with you being a selfish or a person that's magnanimous, that gives? What does that have to do with anything? But like, what are we talking about here? This is just cuckoo talk to me. And everybody that was listening was like, yeah, man, yeah. Some of them even grew up with parents. Both of their parents, yo, yeah, man, yeah, word up. You heard what he said, word up. The young bull, he cooking. It's like this saying nothing. Like he's saying nothing. What are we talking about? And that's what Cam is saying. It's like, yo, dog, what are you talking about? That you grew up with both parents and they says a selfish gene. Bro, LeBron has led every team he's been on in shots attempts. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, this is the stuff that I be saying, bro. Like, what are we doing, man? He grew up with both parents, and so therefore the other guys that they're bro, just stop. Like, this has nothing to do with the sport. You're talking about both of these guys because they're NBA players. Well, now you're talking about their upbringing. What's next, man? Like, what is next? What city they grew up in? Like, what is next, dog? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.